Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, a mother, a wife, and I'm here to help you live your best life. So, how are we all doing on this amazing day, July 12th, 2020? And I bring that date out to each and every one of you because of the energy that we are in. I'm going to share that energy with you in a short while, so I want you to stay tuned and possibly keep a pen with you because you might want to write this information down. But before we go with all that, I want to just give a shout out to all my advertising sponsors. Now, there is a flyer that gives you all their contact information, so feel free to check that flyer out. I'm just going to zoom through their names. So we have Sherry Simpson, who is our intuitive business guide. Susan Joy Mitchell, she's our author, Reiki practitioner, and a nurse's educator. Gail Nickerson, our resilience coach, and metaphysical practitioner. Then we have Yana Sun, who's a subconscious mind specialist, intuitive, and loves helping people unplug from the matrix. Then we have Gabriella. I'm going to skip on her last name because I say it wrong all the time. My apologies. She's our medical intuitive CEO of the founder at Alive Health Solution. And our newest advertising sponsor is Linda Boney, who's also our guest for today. I want to give a big shout out to Bobby, who makes all this happen. So, as I was saying about the date for today is July 12th, 2020. And it's all about Mercury going direct. Now, for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, week from week, I've been speaking about how all these planets are in retrograde. We have about 5 planets, well, now 4 planets in retrograde because as of today, Mercury has just gone direct. However, we are still in this shadow period of the energy. So we're not quite out in the full clear yet, but July 26th, we will be. For those of you who have no idea, what Mercury is about, Mercury is our planet of communication, technology, travel, planning, and scheduling. And for the last 3 weeks, all of that energy has sort of been on a slow process, helping us to reflect. And within another week and a half, it will be very much in smooth sailing. Now, for those of you who have Roku, you can check us out there. And also we are on Amazon Fire TV. And remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. I like to set the energy on today's show as, like I said, we've just gone direct with Mercury. We do have 4 other planets in retrograde: Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune. And feel free to go back and check out Roku to see my conversation about that. You can catch that on several of my shows here, and also you can catch it on my radio show. I've spoken about that energy as well. And you can also check it on my YouTube channel. There's a lot of places to find out this information. So you're never without the insight. So I'd like to invite you to take a moment and just put your feet on the floor. As you put your feet on the floor, that helps you to ground. And we all need to ground. Now, if I could share one simple, easy tool with each and every one of you in regards to keeping yourself focused, productive, and also being able to make really good decisions, grounding is very important. And I'm going to share 2 tools. First tool is you can easily just walk around the house barefooted should you have hardwood floors, and as long as you don't have any health issues. And if you do, perhaps might just want to go step outside and stick your feet in the grass. That's a really great way to get grounded, where your feet really connect down into Mother Earth. And Mother Earth helps and supports us to stay grounded. So if you are somebody who has lots of decisions to make, you're an entrepreneur, or you are in this space where there's a lot of transforming going on in your life right now, grounding is so important. So with that being said, now that your feet are on the floor, we're going to set the energy for today. See what chakra, what affirmation, and what number provides a hidden message. Because we all like to have surprises and magic around us, and that's what my cards do. Should you not know, I am the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And you can purchase my deck on Amazon. So let's pull one card out and see what we got going on for today. What do we need to hear? I'm so glad this card is showing upright, as just recently I've done a cosmic energy navigation and cosmic energy astrological forecast, and many of my cards were showing in reverse today. I'm so glad this is upright. Affirmation for today is leader. Are you a leader? Are you looking to become a leader? Are you tired of following orders from somebody else and ready to start dictating? Well, that's an indication that this is for you. This is for you. What are you the leader of? What are you the leader of? What are you being independent about? And how can you step into your leadership role even more? And as we were just speaking about, to be a leader, it's really important to be grounded, which is what the chakra is all about, getting grounded. To be a leader, you have to be able to think on your feet. You have to be able to make decisions. You have to be creative. You have to be willing to stand in front of a bunch of people and either give instructions, delegate, or just give a lecture for that matter, is what I just heard. Your number here is 55. Now, any number in numerology that's a double number is what we call a master number. Master numbers are numbers that serve you on a higher level. So if this was just a 5, it would mean the vibration of the 5 has a lower frequency than this double 5. The double 5 really serves us from a higher self. So this leadership role is not about your ego. And this is all about, I got a little stuck there, guys, all about stepping into your higher self when thinking about your leadership role and how you can be a leader on a much more intuitive level versus the ego. The double 5's energies, when we think about 5, it's all about the changes you were enduring, the freedom you were looking to have. And yes, with changes and freedom may come a little bit of unpredictability. That double 5 is a 10. 10 is all about, again, being a leader, but it's also about your independence and also about new opportunities, new possibilities, and knowing that so many doors are going to open for you in the course of this week. And you heard that from me. But for those doors to open, you do need to get grounded. Because if you're not grounded, you may be overwhelmed and miss an opportunity. And I'd also like to invite you for this week, everyone who's watching, whether you're watching here with us live or you're watching maybe later when I share on the YouTube channel, whatever the factor is, I'd like to invite you to say yes to every opportunity that comes in. Doesn't matter if it's a monetary opportunity or not, say yes to it anyway, because you really do not know where that opportunity is going to take you. So my invitation to you is to say yes. So if someone asks if you'd like to be on their TV show, say yes. If someone asks you to go out for dinner, say yes. If someone asks you to help them clean their apartment, say yes. And I know you're saying, why the heck would I want to say yes to that? Well, like I said, there's opportunities everywhere. So you just never know where an opportunity may come. Somebody might ask you to throw out their garbage. And there might be an opportunity out there while going out and throwing out the garbage. So yes, yes, yes. Very similar to staying grounded. Okay, so do not want to miss out opportunities because you're afraid of whatever the things are you're afraid of. Step into being a leader. Step into being a leader. And when you are a leader, that gives you the opportunity to being independent and having the opportunity and the ability to make changes without having to ask someone to do so. So that's your leadership role. 5 is all about change, leading into your freedom, or a little bit of unpredictability. That 1, all about new opportunities coming in this week. So yes, yes, yes to every opportunity. All right, guys, with that being said, again, if you are interested in having your own personal reading, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to schedule an appointment with you and giving you more insight on those deep, deep, deep rooted questions you like guidance to. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to my guest. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Boney. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life. I can show you how.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest here with me. But before I introduce you to her, I just want to recap on our card for today, which I think I've already lost. Oh, well, yeah, I guess I lost it already because I shuffled. But anyway, the card was about being a leader, getting grounded, and new opportunities are coming in this week. So 2 things to remember: grounding, 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 and 3, say yes to everything this week, because you just never know what that yes is going to bring you. So with that being said, I'd love to introduce my guest today, who's been here before, and she's got so much to share, so I needed to bring her back. So I'd like to introduce you to Linda Boney. She is our Feng Shui consultant, and 3 weeks ago, we chatted about Feng Shui for career. Today, we're going to chat about Feng Shui for relationships. Grab your pen and paper, because I'm sure you're going to want to take notes. So hello, Linda, and thank you for being here today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much for having me back.
It is a pleasure. It is really exciting. We have a lot to chat about. But before diving into this all, just for our viewers who are here for the very first time, maybe they didn't catch you 3 weeks ago, just very briefly explain what Feng Shui is.
Well, the basic thing about Feng Shui is Feng means wind and Shui means water. It's about the flow of that balance of elements in the home. Also, it's my interpretation of Feng Shui is how individuals are represented in their home and their home is represented in themselves. For example, when we give the saying, you are what you eat, in Feng Shui, you are where you live.
I like that. I like that. So you are where you live. I like that. I like that very much. So when we think of Feng Shui, the average person would not think about needing Feng Shui for their relationship. So can you explain how Feng Shui and relationship can even be in the same sentence?
Well, there's a lot of aspects with relationships and Feng Shui put together. There's a part of our home that represents our life in every single aspect. There's a part of your home that represents wealth. There's a part of your home that absolutely represents relationships. There's a part of your home that represents career and family and children, creativity. So these are the areas you want to make sure that they're up and running and being revved up to that point. At the same time, again, you want to make sure that it's a balance of everything.
Now, when you say a balance of everything, in regards to like the home area, there's a specific spot for partnership. Now, when someone's working on their home, I would assume that the major area would be their bedroom, but there's partnership in every area of every room in their house, correct?
Yes, there's a partnership. Yes, there's represent partnership in every area of that home.
And from what I understand with Feng Shui, primarily it's the bedroom that we focus on in reference to sort of shifting the energy in the relationship.
Yeah, the bedroom is the most important part in Feng Shui. So you want to make sure you have yourself, like I said before last 2 weeks ago, in the command position. You want to have yourself in command, facing the door, not actually facing the door, but facing the door and making sure you're being seen from the door.
Nice, nice. Now, before we came on during my commercial break, we were speaking about your beautiful red blouse you're wearing.
Yes.
Now, I remember many, many years ago, I'm talking many, many years ago, I was going on a quote unquote blind date, or speed dating, whatever the heck it's called. And I had asked my astrologer if there was a specific color I should wear in reference to being more vibrant and energizing for meeting these different people that I were going to meet. And he recommended for me to wear like a burgundy color. Now, in regards to Feng Shui and looking to date, because I would assume, again, when we think about Feng Shui and relationships, colors play a huge role. Now, before we go into the colors that are great to wear during dating or just being out there, when you're sort of shopping, when you're not actually going on a date yet, but you're out there socializing or whatever not. From my understanding, the colors not to wear are like dark colors, like black, where it's not like the most inviting color. Would that be true in reference to Feng Shui, where like when someone's out there dating, that black on the blouse. I'm not speaking like on a skirt or jeans or dress pants. I'm speaking like on a blouse. Would that be the same for dating?
Well, it all depends because sometimes the person's element may actually be better for black. So I would say wear the color that you best feel energized in, that you feel great in. I'm wearing the red top. Red is one of my favorite colors, and I know I look good in it, so that's why I'm wearing it. And when I go on a date, I want to wear the best thing to put myself forward with that person. So
Great.
if it's orange, one day I had another orange blouse and it showed up really nice, nicely. My friends were like, "Wow, that's a really great orange blouse you're wearing." So it's all about how you feel inside. But that was a good suggestion for wearing burgundy because it is a red color, and red is very auspicious. It's very energizing. You get to see it if you're going to a party. The first person you notice when you walk in the room is a person in lady in red, for example. You see that person. They're standing out. You want to do that. You want to have to be that way. So like black is fine. Black is a power of color in Feng Shui. So if I want to wear a nice little black dress, maybe with a nice red necklace and red earrings, that'll work perfectly too.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you had mentioned in regards to for the person's energy, like how does one know what their what was the word you used? Energy, or like how do they know what energy field they're in reference to what color best works for them?
Well, that's a lot more deeper when I do a Feng Shui consultation with clients and I go one-on-one with the client. I look at their 9-star key, which is their nine system number, and it tells me what number is there. So if I'm an earth number 5 and I'm earth, I look and see what colors are best for me. So earth tones are good for me, but again, for something like an interview or dating, or if you're meeting someone for the first time, you want to have that color that looks the best for you.
Interesting. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have wood is my energy. What would wood colors be?
So what colors would be green? It would be forest green, could be a lighter green, pretty much in the green family, the wood family.
So no purples?
Purples, I would not really say. I mean, it depends. If you love purple, and purple is a great color for you, but if you want to represent the wood element, it would be more so green.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, I tend to like if I'm going out or whatever. Not, I like that. Like I guess it's like a gray purple. You know, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. If I'm sure you're the same age as me or close to it. Like
Yes.
the color Bonnie was, that deep purple color.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a great color.
Yeah, that I usually like to wear that color. You know, because it is vibrant.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And I like vibrant colors. I just like, woo! Like I like to be one of those people that when you walk into the room, when I walk into the room, everyone's sensing my energy, so they're gonna look my way anyway. And then B, the colors I'm wearing, it's like, whoa, who just walked in and who is she? And I want to know her. Yes, that's usually the way I go about it. Yes. So now, what are some tips when we think about Feng Shui and relationships? What are some tips you can provide for those who are single in reference to sort of helping them along in their home, what they would need to do, even in their office space for that matter, what they would need to do to shift the energy so they could be I'm going to use the word target, be a better target or magnet to attracting that person. I think magnet is better than target.
It's a better
Being
phrase.
a better magnet to attracting the person that they're meant to be. What can they do to shift that energy so they can be in perfect alignment?
Well, in Feng Shui, you want to make sure that you are aware of who you want to date. You have to set a goal and intention. If I want to date just somebody who lives in a particular area, for example, or certain things, that's what you want to make sure you know of.
So you need to have a list of
a list of qualities, a list of where does he live, where does she live, what does she wear, things like that for your intention. You want to set your intention first. Then after that, you want to make sure that your space is not cluttered. If your space is cluttered, that's going to block the energy from coming to you and being seen. So it's important having the flow of energy in the home going smoothly. Okay,
so now my definition of clutter and your definition as a Feng Shui consultant of clutter may be very different. So just give it a sample of what a Feng Shui consultant would think clutter is.
Well, clutter is too many things in a space the word clutter means clot, to coagulate. So it's stuck energy. So if you have a lot of shoes or something piled up in an area, things you haven't worked on, papers, boxes, things like that, that creates clutter. You want to have that free of all that space so that things can be able to flow. In terms of a bedroom, you want to have 2 nightstands and 2 matching lamps. You don't want to have everything mismatched. You want everything to be everything smooth, everything neutral colors and everything. Or you want to spice it up in the bedroom. You have some spicy sheets and everything.
Did you say spicy seats?
Spicy sheets, sorry.
I was about to say spicy seats. Okay, yeah. I guess it's the same thing. Spicy sheets. Now, what is classified as spicy sheets?
Well, red, crimson, copper colors, and tiger prints in Feng Shui. Tiger prints and animal prints is a fire energy. So you want to have a lot of fire energy in your room. Not too much, but just subtly, so that way you can be able to attract that person, make you feel stronger, and then you also bring in the person as a result.
Awesome. And now in reference, again, we're still focusing on the single person right now. I just want to point that out to the viewers. In reference to clothing, undergarments for women and men too, right? But we're going to focus on women for right now. In regards to their undergarment, how important is that in reference to being in alignment to connecting with their partner or finding their partner?
Well, if they could wear red underwear, that's fine.
Red underwear?
Red always works. So, yeah, so it's not particularly most about the underwear. It's more about the garment inside and mostly what you have in your home. You want to make sure your home represents who you are. And there's so many other tips that I have, but those are the things that are most important, that you reflect who you are and yourself.
And being that you mentioned there's so many tips, like give 3 tips for, again, the singles, and then when we come back from our commercial break, we'll focus in on those who are in relationships and those who are married. So for the singles, give 3 tips for those who are single that perhaps maybe as we move into August, they might find their partner.
For the singles, what I notice when I go to my clients' homes, a lot of times the woman's bed is up against the wall. And I tell my client, you really need to have a balance of the sides of this. So you want to make sure you can be able to go on the other side of the bed and make sure you have that. You also want to have that equalness about that. It's not easy, but if you can do it as best as possible, that's one tip. Also making sure, again, nothing is blocking the door, making sure nothing is in your pathway, making sure your entry home, who is seeing you when you walk into your home? Your entry is very important. If your entry is cluttered, no, you're not going to be seen and you're going to feel stuck. When you feel good, then everything moves smoothly around you. So that's most important. Number 3, you can also make sure that, again, nothing's blocking, like a table or an obstruction.
Interesting. I love it. Awesome. So that was for our single folks out there. And that could be for men too. I know I was focusing more on the women, but that could be for men as well. So what we're going to do before we take a commercial break, Linda, let the viewers know how they can reach you.
You can reach me at fengshuiinspirations.com. My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com. My number is 347-223-0532.
Awesome. And there is a flyer, so if you didn't catch it, you'll catch it on the flyer. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking about Feng Shui for the relationship for those in a relationship. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, do you want meds for that? There's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalichin, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
I'm Nick Rafter, native New Yorker and realtor. Looking for a new home or selling your current one is a stressful process. I'm here to make it a lot easier. I work with sellers, buyers, renters, and landlords in the 5 boroughs of New York City and in Nassau and Suffolk counties. My brokerage, Corporate, offers state-of-the-art services to allow you to market your property to the greatest number of potential buyers or renters. And if you're the one moving, we have thousands of listings ready for you to check out. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 today, and let's talk about how to make your decision to move a lot less stressful.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at Sherry at sherrysimpson.com, SHERRI at sherrysimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you just joining, remember to share, like, and comment. And I'm your host, Joanne, and I have my amazing guest, Linda Boney, our Feng Shui consultant. And we were just speaking about Feng Shui for those who are single. And now we're going to tap into Feng Shui for those who are in a relationship and also married. Now, Linda, is it a difference regarding those who are in a relationship and those who are in a marriage? Is it different information, or does it get blended together?
It kind of gets blended together. What I was going to say also about singles, and this also could be with family, with spouses as well. You want to make sure that you have space for someone coming in. So the drawer is full. I know this is really hard because we want to make sure we have enough space for everything, but have enough space left over, and subconsciously you're letting the person be able to come in. In your closet, leave a little bit of space. For singles, again, if you have something, a particular shirt that you like someone to wear, a particular shoe, a particular blouse, buy that item. Make sure that you have it and you have it in the closet. And that way, you never know. Don't think about it. When you have some time, you meet somebody, that person may actually be able to fit that blouse. There was a story once when a woman bought a pair of tennis shoes for the person that she would like to meet. And later on, a few months later, she met somebody doing tennis, and he came over and the shoes actually fit him.
Oh wow! Look at that. It's like the Cinderella story.
It's like the Cinderella story.
Look at that. Awesome.
Exactly.
So now awesome. So when we think about the Feng Shui in relationships for those who are actually in a relationship, and just want to let the viewers know too that we will actually tap in. Maybe this has something to do with this, what I'm going to say too. Relationship Feng Shui for like relationships with the parents, the siblings, all of that too. Now, would all this be combined together, or is it all really separate?
It could be separated.
Okay, so we're going to focus right now on the Feng Shui for those who are in a relationship and married. So go ahead, Linda. Give it away.
For the bedroom, because this is the most important space in your home in regards to Feng Shui, you want to make sure, again, you have nightstands that match, also lamps, tables. Couples, you need to have things in pairs. It's really important. A lot of times when I go to a home for marriage, I'll see something like an individual painting of a woman, or just too many things around that don't represent who they are. A lot of times they don't even have pictures of themselves represented in the space. So that's really important. You want to see yourself in your space. You don't want to have one person dominating over another. When I go and I see that, I point that out to them. Another thing is, if you have a TV in bedroom, I know there's a huge this is a disagreement about this, having disagreements about the TV in the bedroom, but I don't particularly like TVs in the bedroom. You want to be able to sleep better. You want to be able to relax. You want to be able to just let the day go. And with the TV in the bedroom, it's stimulating that energy, stimulating you not to focus on your other partner. And it also sometimes can invite another third party in the room. It could be a person maybe drinking, maybe alcoholic, maybe working too hard at night, doing overnights. It could be another person that might be in affairs. When I see that, I really don't like people having the TV in the room, particularly couples. So, but if you have to have a TV in the room, cover it up. Maybe put a little one of those old-fashioned cabinets that they used to have. I don't know if they still make them, Joanne, but those cabinets that shield the TV, so that way you're not being seen. The TV's not seeing you, you're not seeing the TV. I say see because back in the day, we used to have the flat screen TV, and that acts as a mirror. And now most of the time it's opposite your bed. That's showing a mirror on you. You want to see that at night. So covering it up. So that's why the usual disagreement is because the flat screens are now black, flat, matte. So there's no reflection, but still, it's still an object. It's still a TV. So if at all possible, either don't have it in the room and cover it up. And also electronics in the room as well. No computers. You don't have exercise equipment. These things are keeping you from being together with your partner and focusing more on that in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. And I like the way you said that, and I was going to ask you because you mentioned the whole factor of like the relationship and being able to sleep. Now I'm going to go there with this. When you're in a relationship and you're in the bedroom, what are some things one may need to do to get the energy going, to get it more stimulating, that their partner is not looking just to sleep? And you all know where I'm going with this. So what are some of those tips that you can offer? Because again, let's go to those who have been married and then they're celebrating, let's say 15 years of marriage, 30 years of marriage. They have children, whatever have you, but now they're in their sacred space together. What can they do to stimulate the room so it can become more than just a sleeping space? Go for that.
The same thing again. You want to make sure that the space is conducive to relationships, to love, to couples, having a picture of both of you together in the room, on the wall, or nearby the nightstand. Anything that's not going to, any clutter would also keep that relationship from happening and getting more closer and more intimate. And it's just really, my most important thing is communication. Without communication, you don't have anything. So if you can communicate your feelings to the person, your other lover, your husband, your wife, your spouse, those are the things you want to make sure you do.
And ideally, what I would think, which is coming to me intuitively, when you're in the bedroom, for those who are in their relationships, the communication you really want to be having is not about your work day. It's not about the work day. If you want to talk about how your work day was or how the kids were, do that in the kitchen. In the bedroom, I would think it's really supposed to be more an intimate conversation.
Yes.
Not about, oh, I paid the bills today or I made this one. I don't think in the bedroom area is really the space to have that conversation. Do you agree with that based on Feng Shui?
I do. And also not to have too many books in the room as well. Anything that could create a stimulation and take your focus off of what you really want to be focused on, which is the relationship and your love.
Excellent, excellent. And now in regards to, again, we're thinking about those who are in the relationship, whether they're married or, they're either living with the person or they're not living with them, but the two people come together at some point in the household. What tools can they use to keep that energy where, especially for those who are dating and they're significant, not significant, what's the word? Again, yes, significant. Where they're dating each other, they've made that commitment of dating each other, but they don't live together, and bringing that person, having that person continuing to come back in. What kind of tips can you offer there?
Well, if you're making sure that you don't have that's another part of Feng Shui. If you're missing a corner, which could be related to relationships, that you want to make sure you don't have. And sometimes the floor plan is where I will be able to see that. I'll put information, things like a mirror to push back that area.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, pushing the area back means making sure that the floor plan is included into the space of the home.
Now, so what I'm understanding, so if someone is in the process of dating, they're not living with the person yet, this could have something to do with their floor plan?
Well, yes, that could be a part of the floor plan too, if they're not being able to date. Another thing is if they have it could be a window, it could be something that could be creating that anxiety in that relationship to make sure it comes back together.
Okay, interesting. Never knew that. So it's really about what the floor plan looks like to determine whether or not that person is going to want to move in. And then also at the same token, if the other person who lives there wants that person to move in, because I think that may play a huge role too. But that's a whole. Go ahead.
The funny thing is not funny, but when I used to live where I was living, there was actually a back door in my room. That was actually the fire door, because legally you had to have a fire door if the other homes didn't have, or the apartments didn't have fire escape. So I was having difficulty keeping a relationship. It was they were just constantly going out the door. So I had to put a beam on flutes over the door and a Feng Shui cure that I would get to my client to make sure that stops that energy from happening.
Yes.
Having a person move in and be with the other person, that's a little bit more detailed than the Feng Shui consultant that I would give the consultation to the client.
But that's something that, as a Feng Shui consultant, during a consultation session, that would be something you'd be able to work with a person?
Yes.
To help them sort of fix that issue if there is an issue?
Fix the issue, and also just making sure that it's that what they really want. So it's more on a more broader scale for a Feng Shui consultation than talking about it in on here.
Mm-hmm. Now, in regards to someone's bedroom, because I actually had a client who had this type of setup where she literally had two doors that she can enter her bedroom from. And because she had two doors and she used both of them. She didn't just use one primary door to come in and come out. She would sort of use both of them. Is that problematic to a relationship, or that does it have nothing to do with nothing?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't believe that. I would have to really see if there's something going on to notice that, but going from one door to another is not.
Excellent.
That's the space that they're in, and that's fine.
That's just okay. And they wouldn't have to determine which door they really want to use that Bagua act to determine their spacing?
No, not at all. No.
Oh, very good. So that person doesn't have to worry about which door, where it's at, just the fact that they have that energy flowing.
Yes, exactly. Most important is the energy flow in the home.
Excellent. What we're going to do is I'd like you to let the viewers know again how they can reach you. Then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to just come back and continue chatting. So let them know how they can reach you.
My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com, and my phone number is 347-223-0532.
Excellent. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Boney. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations, Get Inspired, Move Forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
Blessings. My name is Rianya Sun, and I'm a subconscious mind specialist. I help people to unplug from the matrix, and I am the creator of the miracle healing technique. And I love to assist people to be sovereign and free. You can find more information at miraclehealingtechnique.com or find me on my personal Facebook page, Rianya Sun, VRYANNAIASUN.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne, and I have my amazing guest, Linda Boney, who's our Feng Shui consultant. We are speaking about Feng Shui for relationships, and we just got done speaking about Feng Shui for relationships who are dating and also those who are married. Our first segment of the show was about those who are single. So now what we're also going to do is we're going to speak about Feng Shui for relationships for the family and also to heal the family. But before we go to Linda, I just want to remind you guys to share, like, and comment on today's show. So Linda, in regards to Feng Shui for families and relationships, because I'm sure there is a cure for those who are having a challenging time with whether it is a sibling, a parent, a friend, because when we think of relationships, it's not just the intimate relationships. It's not just about the ones we're going to fall in love with. It's relationships of all kinds.
Yes.
So what are some of the things one can do so they can heal those relationships with the help of Feng Shui?
Well, what I'm thinking right now for Feng Shui, they can use a 9-star key method. I would look at their birth dates and see what their elements are. Sometimes it's an element that might be off. If there's clashes in the family, if they're not getting along, and all the other recommendations I gave also will go along with that as well. But that's what's most important. And again, communication with the family.
So communication is basically the key.
Yes.
Yes. And I believe we have an image of a bagua. So just to let the viewers see that image and just speak about that image just a bit in reference to what that actually means, what one would use that image for, that bagua for. And what is the bagua?
Ba Gua, Ba means 8 and Gua means side. It's an 8-sided arrangement. That's what I use as a tool in my feng shui consultations when I go. The client could use it, but it's difficult for them to understand it. But for purposes of our audience to see what it is, they can see what area is in their life is represented in their space.
Excellent, excellent. And when we think about the feng shui for relationships, interesting enough that we're on today's show, we are currently in the energy of what we call the fourth house energy with the sun energy in Cancer. And Cancer energy, fourth house, is all about relationships, the home, and the relationship one has with their mother, and how one is actually very nurturing, and they too, or how they mother things as well. So I think it's really interesting on how we're having this conversation today in this Cancer energy of family, home, and nurturing. So in regards to just having, and I know you said about the communication, but is there any more than just a communication factor in reference to like bringing the family together and having better relationships? Is there any more to it than just the communication?
It's love. You want to make sure love is the highest vibration, especially amongst ourselves and our families. So definitely making sure the communication is good with the family, making sure that there's nothing going on. If they're upset, you want to make sure that they're harmonious, they're feeling better. And I would look at those things in those spaces that creating it.
Okay, okay. And in regards to, and again, when we speak about relationship, I'm touching on all of it. So those who are single and not dating and may not be really looking to date right now, feng shui in reference to healing the energy for themselves, how would that work?
Well, for yourself, you want to look at yourself. You want to make sure, ask yourself your question, would you date yourself? And if the question is no, you want to make sure that what's going on inside your body, what is going on inside you that may be creating that barrier for you to meet somebody. It could be, you need just to think about something like why you were so upset, if something's bothering you, if you're depressed, and speak to someone about it, journal about it, meditate on it, and just be able to be happy. That's the most important thing too.
Interesting. Excellent. Excellent. So there you have it, guys. Feng Shui for relationships. So as we went break, Linda asked me if I was going to give her a card reading. And as I do with all my guests, they all get a card reading. And Linda's no different. So I usually ask my guests in regards to Linda, would you like a card reading regarding a specific question that you would like some guidance on? Or would you like the higher power to provide you some guidance? Which way would you like to go about it?
The higher power to give me some guidance.
Okay. So what I'd like for you to do for me, out loud, recite your name that's on your birth certificate 3 times.
Linda Ronaboni, Linda Ronaboni, Linda Ronaboni.
All right. Let's see what her higher power has in store for her for guidance. All right. Your card today is listen and truth. Listen and truth. So when we think about the words listen to what it is you say to yourself, because I believe that our internal dialogue is really more important than the dialogue we're having with others. Because if, very similar with the feng shui, if you are sabotaging yourself by negative thinking, it's going to create your outcome, your external outcome. So the listening to what it is you say to yourself, and then also being truthful to what you say to yourself, especially when it comes to relationships,
yes,
where
yes.
One might sit back and say to themselves, well, I don't really want to be in a relationship. But deep down, they do. Mm-hmm. But they're saying they don't. Mm-hmm. Or, which is what I get a lot, is that many people are constantly saying, well, when am I going to get married? When am I going to get married? And the big question that I now start asking is, well, do you even want to get married? And most people say yes out of the impulse of saying yes because it's the traditional thing to do. But when we get down to the deeper root of it, they really don't want to be married based on different things they've seen from other people's experiences. So they take that on. And once that energy gets cleared, it changes their perspective. So it's really about what it is you listen to.
Right.
And also listening to other people. Like how often do you sit and pay attention to what other people are saying to you about maybe a person you were dating? You know, you may find that someone might say to you, oh, he's no good for you. But you truly, truly enjoy his company. It's really about not being so concerned with other people think about your life. Because the key word there is it's your life. And you're the one that has to live it. And being able to truthfully speak that out and not be concerned about what others are gonna think or say to you. Now, the chakra associated here is the solar plexus. So this is really about feeling more secure with yourself regarding relationships, since that's the topic we're on today. Really more secure about being in a relationship. Because, you know, it's like anybody else. We all want to be in a relationship, but sometimes when we're not feeling secure about ourselves, that may be a reflection on why we're not in a relationship yet. Because we're going to attract the person that's a mirror image of what we feel about ourselves to some degree. So really being secure about who you are and what you want in your relationship and attracting that person in your relationship. So it's like you said before in regards to like really writing down exactly what it is you're looking for in your mate, you know, to the detail. And the yellow is also about being able to, and I'm hearing this word, this is what I'm hearing right now, trust. Trust. I get that trust is a big issue. Trust is also very important for you. And that in order for you to be in a relationship, trust is primary. If you're not able to trust, then that's almost like a deal breaker. Does that make sense?
This makes sense.
Yes. And I would think that would be the same for anybody, but yours runs a little deeper because trust really has to be there. If you cannot trust this person, if you could not close your eyes around this person and not worry about, well, what are they going to do to me? Or what are they going to say? Or what are they going to take? That's not the right person for you. So that's what I was just hearing. I don't know why I was hearing that. But that yellow energy is really allowing yourself to digest the factor that you're worthy of a relationship as well. You deserve a relationship and you're worthy of a relationship. And what I'm also hearing with this too is that once you step into that space of really allowing yourself to open up your energy to having a relationship, and which is what I just heard, once you literally get in line with that career you truly want, that's when that door is going to fly open to when the partner's going to come in, is what I literally just heard. Okay? Now, three is what you were just speaking about before, the communication. The communication and being able to communicate. When we think about the relationships in general, communication is key. Being able to have that conversation. And what I also get with this 3 energy, it's really important for you to be in a relationship with someone who can actually communicate with you, because communication is really important for you. You like to talk. You like to literally sit there, let's say over dinner, and have a conversation, a meaningful conversation, and also a conversation that could be more humorous and light, not so intense and serious is what I get with that 3 energy. So we're setting the intention here for you right now, but that's the type of partner you're looking for. Is someone that is, they're good at speaking, they like to express themselves, but they're also very down to earth, but also fun. They're not so serious. They don't take themselves so seriously. That's that 3 energy. They like to express themselves, and they do like to laugh. And that's what I hear for you. That we just set the intentions to what your partner's going to look like. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, I love a sense of humor, so definitely I would like that.
Yes, and just really, really being in that space of being able to listen, like being a really good listener when that person comes in and has a conversation, and truthful, being really truthful to this person. So if, let's say, you're in this relationship with this person and you really like him, be truthful about it. Let him know. Don't hold back. Let him know. Because what I get from this too is that in the past, perhaps in relationships you've had, even not even intimate relationships, but relationships with friends and family members, speaking your truth is important. You need to let them know what you're thinking, because they're not mind readers. Even though, yes, we're all intuitive, But sometimes we're not mind readers where you really need to say what you mean what you say. And that's where the truth comes in. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Do you find that there are times that you're not saying what you really want to say?
In the past, I did, but now I'm starting to really speak my truth.
So you're getting to that better space of truthfully speaking.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So that's exactly what that's about. So I'm hoping that resonated with you.
It really did. Thank you, Joanne.
Awesome, awesome. And again, do you have one final word for today's viewers in regards to Feng Shui with relationships?
Most importantly, again, making sure that love is the highest vibration. So making sure that love is in your relationships, and also just keeping the communication open.
And that's for all relationships, correct?
Relationships, yes.
Excellent, excellent. Let the viewers know one more time how they can reach you.
My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com, and my phone number is 347-223-0532.
Awesome. And Linda, I'd like to thank you so much for being here and sharing about Feng Shui for relationships. I'm sure we're going to have you come back because there's so much about Feng Shui that our viewers can get to know about. And I think the next big topic is Feng Shui for health.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think we'll touch on that probably in the next couple of weeks, bring you back in. But for now, I thank you again for being here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to bring the conclusion of today's show. Has your gym recently reopened and you're a high-risk client and not sure if you're ready to go back? I can help. I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader. And I help clients like yourself release issues from their tissues. To redeem your 30-minute discovery session, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to working with you. When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I had an amazing guest on today, our Feng Shui consultant, which was Linda Boney, and she shared with you information on Feng Shui for relationships. And it was amazing, so go back and check it out if you're just tuning in now. I also like to remind you that today is Sunday, I'm sure you all know that, and on Sunday evening, 8 p.m., on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Jab Barry, I offer free cosmic energy readings. Feel free to come join me. We have a lot of fun there, and that's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I go on for 1 hour, and we have a lot of fun. For those of you who are interested in receiving a personal reading, please email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And for those of you who are looking to be a guest on my show, send your bio and story, what it is you would like to share with my viewers to healingwithin76@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with every one of you next week. Enjoy the fact that Mercury has gone direct. Bye-bye for now.